forgot to bolt the header on, guys. Hey guys, VR&R back with part 2 on this 1977 Arctic Cat Pantera revival. We got the engine out of it, hopefully we got spark. I tested the coil, I tested the stator. Let's get this engine thrown right back in here and see if we can get this thing come back to life. Let's get right to it. Sorry guys, we got our engine. I went ahead and went through it all off camera. I got everything put back together. I got new hardware in it. I painted the tins. I rebuilt the recoil. Cleaned this guy up a bit. She should be ready to go. So let's get ready to toss this guy back in the sled. Alright, well there's a few things that I want to get done before I toss the engine back in. I'm going to go ahead and get my shop vac, suck all these leaves out of there, get all that grease and grime off the bottom of the belly pan. I want to get the fuel pump properly mounted and just get this thing ready, because you can't do a lot of this stuff in here while the engine's in. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up on my tripod, and I'm going to get to cleaning this thing out. Alright guys, we got the belly pan all completely cleaned out. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have an engine out of a snowmobile and you don't bother to clean in here, you definitely should clean out in here. We got the fuel pump mounted. I know that works. I tested it. So we're ready to toss this engine back in. So I'm going to set you guys up and I'm going to heave this guy in here. Alright guys, so I've ran into a little bit of a problem here. So with the stock mounting position of the CDI box, the coil wire isn't long enough to plug into the CDI box. And I think that's because of this Chinese aftermarket CDI box. So my plan is I'm going to take this CDI box off, strip this back, cut this connector off, extend the wires a little bit and solder them back on, and solder the connector back on, so it'll be long enough to do that. So let's get to it. Alright, there's our wire extension. I even managed to have the same color wires, white and blue and black. So we can go ahead and install this guy back on the sled. She's good to go, all heat shrink, soldered, so. Alright, we got a working recoil. We got all our wiring hooked up. Check this out, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but we got some spark. So I want to go ahead and fill the bowl up, and we'll see what it does. Well, I sat and I was pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling to see if I could get the fuel pump to start pulling some fuel. But I had a feeling, and I was right. The pickup tube inside the fuel tank came off the fitting, so we aren't getting it to the bottom of the tank. So I think for now, guys, I'm just going to fill the bowl of the carburetor up, and we're going to try and start this thing. Alright, well, I replaced the pickup line and it's starting to prime fuel, guys. So let's see what happens here. I gotta bolt the header on. I forgot to bolt the header on, guys. Give me a few. Alright, guys. I got the header bolted on. Let's start this thing up again. Hopefully it's not as loud. I still do not have the exhaust springs, so if it starts to run, I'm gonna get down and hold the exhaust on because it's getting kind of late. And straight pipe 2-strokes are pretty loud. So if I can get this gas cap to right on. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Fire in the hole. Kill switch stopped working. Well, damn. Well, if you guys can even see me, there you go. She's alive. There's something wrong though. It won't rev up at all. Really loaded up. I think it's the fuel that's in the tank. I mean, the fuel in the tank is probably about the same color as, it's dark. Let's just say that. It's really dark. It's probably 1:1. Something ridiculous. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next video, hopefully, I'm going to try and tinker with this a little bit more off camera. See if I can get it running enough to drive. And next video, we'll take this thing for a rip. Hope you guys liked the video and have a good night.